My name is Kathy Sinclair. I'm the Executive Director of the Kamloops Arts Council, and my background is in writing and publishing, and I am running for one of 2 open seats for councillor in the City of Kamloops by-election. Well, great question. I think Kamloops has so much to offer. I've been living here for 5.5 years, and I've lived in many other cities, including Vancouver, and I just think that what Kamloops has is very unique, and we are a great community. And I think that our community has a lot of great strengths that we can build on, and I'm really excited to be a part of making great things happen here in Kamloops. I would say my top priority is jobs. We really need jobs in Kamloops. That's without a question. And I want to see jobs that will take us into the future. So resource-based industries are always going to be a part of Kamloops. It's part of our heritage. But I really want to see Kamloops diversify. So looking at economic development in things like tech, the tech industry, food and wine, agriculture, education, and tourism. There's all kinds of areas that we can grow and expand in, and I'm really excited to see that and create that and make that happen here. I think having a lot of really great things happening, not just in the educational sector here, which we already do have at TRU, but having extracurricular things happening. So we've got a fantastic sports community. I think we've got a great art scene here, and there's lots of room to expand that too. So one of the things that I really have enjoyed about moving to Kamloops is making things happen and starting things up that haven't existed already. And so I think the more people who come here to enjoy the cultural and sporting events that we have, also the more people who are going to bring their own experience and bring their own initiative and create things happening here, you know, expanding the nightlife here, expanding the live music scene, and making those things happen that people want to see, that keep them in communities, and you know, increase that livability factor. I've been thinking about this question a lot. I can't pick one thing. There are so many great things here. You know, a hike in Kenneth Cartwright is a start. Checking out the local restaurant scene. We've got some incredible restaurants, both downtown and the North Shore, as well as spread out throughout the city. Lots of great community festivals. So whether that's Rib Fest or Art in the Park or one of the other sporting events happening, there is so much happening here. And I would say just walking around the streets and experiencing the friendliness that Kamloops has to offer is, you know, something that's really unique about our city. This is a great question. I'm really passionate about active transportation, including walking and cycling. I think the bus system, though, is the thing that we need to focus on first. And happily, Council just approved yesterday an additional 5,000 transit hours. I think that what really needs to happen is we need to increase the routes, especially late night and weekends, because especially with the student population, it shouldn't be a requirement to own a vehicle. I think that, you know, in order to serve the city and everybody in the city, you shouldn't need a vehicle to get around. Car sharing is also a great option, and I know that TRU has a zip car here. We need to put car shares in the highest density areas for them to really be effective. So increasing transit hours would be my first step. Okay, I think one of the biggest challenges for Kamloops is going to be affordable housing. The more people who leave the coast because of housing prices and those expenses, the more our housing prices here are going to go up. And we need to create a city that's accessible and affordable for everyone. So we need to grow sustainably, and as we see more people coming here, and as our attractions grow here and our tourism grows here, it's going to become a more desirable place to live. So I think it's really balancing out that accessibility and affordability with the growth that we're inevitably going to be seeing happen in the next 20 years. I really think Kamloops is a well-kept secret. So when I lived in Vancouver, to be totally honest, I had never really thought about Kamloops much before. I always thought of it as a place that you drove through on the way to get to somewhere else. But living here and experiencing all that this city has to offer, I'm one of its proudest residents, and I think that more and more people are going to be discovering how great Kamloops is. And we can really expand our jobs by creating opportunities in tourism, food and wine, and other industries that will help our city grow sustainably and take us into a great direction in the future. And that is what I see as our biggest opportunity. I don't know that I would narrow it down to one achievement, but I think the thing that I'm proudest of is taking risks, and although it sounds cheesy, following my heart. So going back to school at the age of 30 when everybody told me I shouldn't be getting myself into debt. Also living in a whole bunch of different cities and seeing different ways of doing things, and really just experiencing life in a way that felt right to me. Was not necessarily the path that everybody takes, but it's led me here, and it's led me to run for City Council, and that's something I'm really proud of as well.